What up, man? It's your big brother K-Rino, K-Rino, and I just saw something that kind of tripped me out a little bit. In Tuscaloosa, Alabama, there have been students that have been throwing COVID-19 parties. What's a COVID-19 party, you might be wondering? Well, apparently, these are parties where groups of students get together and they purposely tried to catch coronavirus. And there's a pot of money, and whoever's the first one to catch it gets the money. They get the pot. So I start thinking, and in my mind, I'm like, okay, there's certain things that we do in life that we can chalk up to being young and dumb. But there are other things that are just inexcusable, that we know better. Or there are things that we should have the common sense enough to know that we shouldn't play with, especially with our own life. But in the case of coronavirus, not just your life, but the lives of others. So I started thinking, I say, you know what? With America being the biggest coronavirus country in the world right now, America is the GOAT right now in terms of coronavirus because of the way it was handled from the very beginning, the way that it continues to be handled. So now, moving forward, all these months in, the United States is no better off or not any closer to controlling this thing as they were 3-4 months ago. While other countries have pretty much gotten a hold of it and are in many cases 80 to 90% or more back to normal, but not the US. Mainly because we have this individualistic mentality and the mind frame that, hey, I'm an individual, nobody tells me what to do, I'm not going to adhere to any of your policies that relate to the collective effort of slowing this thing down and stopping it. So people do what they want to do, mixed in with economic reasons that lead the leaders. Let's reopen, let's reopen, let's reopen in masses. So I'm like, what did they do at this party? Did they just show up and, you know what, let's start tongue kissing each other and let's start drinking behind you? That's your glass, let me drink out of it. How did they even? What's the protocol in the race to catch coronavirus the fastest? Did they have a person there already with it? Is there a doctor on hand to test? How do you know who got it first? These are just little curious questions I have, but because it's so silly. And also, the money that makes up the pot for the prize actually was generated from ticket sales to get in the party. So basically, you had to pay to get into the party to try to win the prize for being the first person to catch coronavirus. That's a level of thinking that just flies right over my head. I can't believe it, but I can believe it. Alabama being one of the top states this within the last week that have set a record for new cases. They have over 38,000 cases total, with almost 1,000 deaths in the state of Alabama. So in the wake of that, we have these youngsters out here throwing parties to try to see who gets it first. And the young people are thinking probably, But man, we young, man. We'll get it, and it's be like having a strong cold or the flu, and then we'll get over it. The survival rate is 90 something percent. Everybody's overreacting. Okay, all that may be true in terms of, yeah, you may get it and shake it, but you may not. It's not like it was a few months ago where people, oh, first it was only old people getting it. Now you have all kind of people getting it and getting super sick and dying and everything you can think of. So I'm wondering what the next step will be for the state of Alabama, for Tuscaloosa, and for the whole country. Because, like I said, we're no closer to ending this thing than we were when it started. So I would advise the parents, I would advise the youth themselves to just be more responsible, man. Come on, y'all. Be more responsible and be more appreciative and place more value on yourself, because we are tied on a string regardless if you want to believe it or not. Oh man, I don't know him. I don't know her. But regardless if you want to accept it or not, we are tied on a string, because you got to leave your house. You got to go here. You got to go there. You got to do this. You got to do that. And you're going to be in the midst of people every day. So as a collective, if we can't work together to try to improve life, not just for coronavirus, in every aspect, improve life in general society, then this is what we're going to see. So let me know what y'all think about this, man. If anything I left out, feel free to drop it in the comments, and y'all subscribe and hit the like button and keep your notifications on, man. It's your big brother K-Rino. I'll catch y'all later, man. Peace.